welcome to episode 31 of Two Skeptical Chaps with myself, Spike, and my esteemed co-host, Dan.
Hello.
Hello, it's early on a Sunday morning. How are you feeling?
Yes, you've done it to me again, Spike. You've missed one recording session after another, and now you're about to go away on holiday. We've had to do a Sunday morning recording session.
Well, I'm not going on holiday, so I'm...
Oh, you're not?
No, I'm leaving for I've got to go for work to Poland for a week.
Oh, give over, that's a holiday.
Yeah. So what's been happening? Have you managed to catch the what was it, the people in your flat that was causing some problems the last time? Have you sorted them out yet, Daniel?
Oh, that's all gone to hell. We've got to move. We're moving out now. It all went to hell. We had the police out, all sorts. It went crazy.
Yeah. You even got police in.
Police, well, I don't want to go into it. Yeah, it got stupid. We chucked one guy out. Some others were running around the building. Someone said they saw a knife. All hell broke loose.
Oh gosh.
But, yeah, it got a little bit serious. But yeah, we haven't seen them back since then. So hopefully they won't be back. But yeah, time to move. It could be worse. I could be being stalked by crazy clowns with hammers and axes and knives and things. Have you seen those news articles?
No.
This is a real thing. There's clowns, or well, people dressed up as clowns, which is a clown, I guess. They've been like chasing people around like town centres and things. I don't know what's going on. And like some of them have had knives. I don't think they've actually hit anybody or done anything yet. I think they're just trying to be scary. But it sounds really creepy. Especially, I mean, if you've got a genuine fear of clowns, which a lot of people do, including my wife, that would really freak you out, wouldn't it?
Well, we are leading up to Halloween, is it? When is Halloween?
Yeah, well, Halloween's end of the month.
Okay.
So we're still a while off yet. And they've been doing this for a while. I think this is a growing thing. I think more people are sort of getting in on this as some sort of joke. But it's probably not going to be long before one of them gets killed. Because if I saw some nutter dressed as a clown running towards me with a hammer, my reaction is either going to be run away or batter him to death before he kills me. It's going to be one of the two, isn't it?
Yeah, that looks like a trouble. Yeah, that looks like a problem that might get a bit bigger. Yeah,
I'll share an article on our Facebook page.
Yeah. So what's happening news? Actually, what I should say is, I'm not a big fan. Or you are not a big fan of the Kardashians as well. But I tell you, I don't know if you saw the story a few days ago.
Oh, she got robbed or something. I've heard a bit about this.
Yeah, and you know what? Okay, this is my skeptical nature coming out now. You know what? And I don't want to get sued or anything, so I'm going to mark my words very carefully. But I wouldn't be surprised if that was staged just to get into the news for some publicity, because things have been a bit quiet for her lately.
Ooh. Okay. I don't know if that's... I can't comment. I don't know them well enough to... I mean, I took it on face value. I just assumed she was robbed, because they said that she lost like $9 million worth of jewellery or something, they're saying. If she faked that, and that turned out to be... and they claimed insurance or something, that would be surely a criminal offence. So I wouldn't have thought they would fake something like that. Do you think?
Well, I don't know if you saw this program on TV a while back. I think it was called The Most Hated Woman in Britain or something of that nature. She, the one who got the boob job of the NHS, and she became a page 3 model or something like that.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember that story? And
she can't be the most hated woman because I don't know who she is.
And. Basically, the story explains how she got together with a publicist, one of these famous publicists, and he basically plotted out her career in the media from start. Oh, this is going to happen to you, then your boyfriend's going to beat you, and then you're going to do this, and then you're going to do that, and then you're going to get robbed, and all so that they could engineer stories so that she could regularly be in the newspapers or in the news or whatever. And obviously, publicity obviously increases her presence in the media and things like that.
They faked her being beaten up by a boyfriend?
What was that?
They faked her being beaten up by the boyfriend, and
so there was all these fake things that were staged to happen to her just so that she could make more money out of the media and things like that. And you know what? I'm not even going to mention the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm marking my words very carefully here. I wouldn't be surprised if the Paris robbery was a stage of some sort, because things for them have been a bit quiet lately.
I don't know. I just took it on face value. I just assumed she was a woman with a lot of jewellery and someone decided to nick it.
Well, that could be true as well. That could be true as well.
But, I mean, people have been quite harsh. I know there's a bit of a thing, people have been bashing her on Twitter and other things, and there's been a lot of celebrities kind of leaping to her defence, saying, you know, she's gone through a horrible thing, you shouldn't be making fun of her about it. But, yeah, I suppose you can question whether you think it was a legitimate robbery or not, if you think it was a...
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose it could have been. I don't know.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been. So, yeah. But this
I just
is
did
just
a Donald Trump then. Did you hear that? I just went, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is probably, I don't know if it's my skepticism or my cynicism, but that's my thought about that. So, yeah, what else has been happening news-wise?
Well, you mentioned to me just before we started recording, you've not caught up on what's been going on with Donald Trump.
Ah, yes. So I was in gym this morning, and
you went to the gym on a Sunday morning.
Yeah, at 8:30 on a Sunday morning. So
we're very different people, Spike. We are so different.
That's what makes us work, Dan.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I just managed to catch the end of a story where they were saying that all the Republicans are now finally starting to leave Donald Trump's side. So something's happened. What's happened? Tell me that. I know you're up to speed.
Right. Well, I mean, there has been one fiasco after another of late. I mean, since we've last recorded, I think I've got about half a dozen catastrophes, I think they would be, if they happen to any other politicians. Some of the stuff that's happened is just unbelievable. But the most recent thing actually isn't a recent thing. What happened is they've discovered some footage from, I think it was 2005, where Trump was on a bus and he was chatting to someone before he was about to go and record a thing for a TV, I think it was a sitcom or some sort of crappy piece of TV he was about to do. But he was sitting on the bus chatting to someone and he's got his mic on and they captured all of this. I've sent you a link, Spike.
Okay.
If you want to play that, you can have a listen. So I've already heard this, but this will be your first time.
Okay.
So just bear in mind, this is potentially, you know, the future president of the United States.
So hold up, let me just get this. He was sitting on a bus chatting to someone, and
he was getting on a bus going in to do a TV thing, but he was already mic'd up, and I think he was aware that he was being recorded. But
okay.
You know, and
she used to be great. She's still very beautiful.
I moved on her, actually. You know, she was down in Palm Beach. I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and fuck her. She was married.
It's huge news there.
No, Nancy. Yeah. No, this was marriages. And I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. I took out furniture. I moved on her like a bitch. I couldn't get there. And she was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look.
She's your girl's hot as shit. In the purple.
Whoa.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yes, the Donald has scored.
Whoa.
Oh, my man. Wait, you got to look at me when you get out of your leg.
Set this up.
That is very...
You give me the thumbs
Look
up.
at you. You are a
You got to put the thumbs up. You got to get the thumbs up. Can't be too happy.
else off first? Yeah, let me.
It's very
You
funny.
got to give me the thumbs up.
All right, you and I will walk out.
Oh, my God.
Maybe it's a different one.
Better not be the publicist. No, it's her.
Yeah, that's her, with the gold. I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet.
Here we go.
I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. Do anything.
Look at those legs. All you can see is the legs.
No, it looks good.
Come on, shorty.
Oh, nice legs, huh?
Oof, get out of the way, honey. That's good legs. Go ahead.
It's always good if you don't fall out of the bus. Like Ford, Gerald Ford, remember?
Down below. Pull the hand.
Hello, how are you? Hi.
Trump, how
nice
are you?
seeing you. Terrific.
Pleasure to meet you.
Terrific. You know Billy Bush?
How are you?
Nice to see you. How you doing, Ariane?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Are you ready to be a soap star?
We're ready. Let's go. Make me a soap star.
How about a little hug for the Donald? He just got off the
Would you
bus.
like a little
Okay,
hug, darling?
absolutely.
Oh, it's so creepy.
Melania said this was
Bushy. I
okay.
just got off the bus.
Push it, push it.
There we go.
Oh no.
Well, you've got a nice co-star here.
Good.
Yes,
After
absolutely.
you. Come on, Billy. Don't be shy.
As soon as a beautiful woman shows up, he takes
Get over
off
here,
on
Billy.
He's always happy.
I'm sorry, come here.
All right, let the little guy in there. Come
Yeah,
on.
let the little guy in. How you feel now, better? I should actually...
It's hard to walk next to a guy like
Here we
this.
go.
This is so
Yeah, you get the
cringeworthy.
middle. There we go.
Good. That's
This
better.
is much better. This is...
Put it
That's
there, I think.
better.
Okay.
Now, if you had to choose.
That is
man.
just so creepy. So for everyone who hasn't seen it, he's on a bus,
man.
he's chatting to these other guys. I'm assuming there's no other women on the bus. And then he says all of that, I'm going to grab her by the... I'd never like to use the P word. I'm a gentleman, I don't like to use such language. But yeah, I'm going to grab her by the... Yeah. And then he gets off the bus, and then there's this woman there that's going to be a co-star. So I don't know who she is. I'm assuming she must be someone famous that I probably should know. But he instantly changes, like, hello, how are you? It's just so... Oh... But yeah, he's now been just abandoned by almost everybody, including his wife. His own wife condemned his comments, but I think she's then said she's like forgiven him, and he's a great leader, and we should move on. But hopefully this. I mean, he's walked off so much stuff in the past, but surely now this must be the final blow. What more does he have to do?
But the thing I don't get is, I don't know what if all the other if the Republicans now leaving him or not wanting to support him anymore have not been paying attention from the start. This has basically been him from the start.
Yeah, this isn't exactly new, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I've seen there's some good tweets that kind of sum this up quite well. Let me just find it.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening in American politics, because I think you and I both agree that they are not exactly the best candidates from afar, both of them, because I saw a damning video about Hillary Clinton as well, and all the things she's done over the last sort of 10-15 years in politics, and she's far from a solid candidate to be the next president.
I get that now. I get that she's not first choice. Yeah. She wouldn't be my first choice by a long way. But compared to Trump...
Yeah, exactly. So that's my point.
It's awful that you've got to vote for the lesser of two bad choices, but one of them is so much lesser than the other. It's unbelievable. I was trying to find a tweet. I can't find it. It was by, I think it was a comedian, Hal Crottenden. I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce it. But, he basically said, are people really shocked that Trump in his private life says things that are, even worse than what he's saying publicly? Given what he's saying publicly, it's not shocking that he's even more outrageous when he thinks he's off camera.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but I mean, there's more of this. There's other stuff that's come up where he's been on Howard Stern before, and he's been talking about. I mean, we've had things before with the daughter, but he's been talking. There's things like that. Clips of that are now emerging. There's so much material coming up that he's done in the past. It's just unbelievable. The most disturbing thing I found is people that are still defending him. I just, this morning, discovered... Do you know John Voight, the actor?
Yes.
He evidently must be a massive Trump supporter. Because he's chipped in, and one of his recent tweets is... He said, I don't know of too many men who haven't expressed some sort of similar sexual terms towards women, especially in their younger years. Now, Trump's about 70-odd, right? This happened about 10 years ago. He must have been 60-ish when that was recorded. Younger years. I mean, that sounds like... I mean, I don't think I even spoke like that when I was a dirty little teenage boy. I don't think I would have used language like that or sentiments like that.
Yeah, I'm not exactly...
I think keep your distance from John Voight as well is the lesson you've got to take from that tweet.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm not exactly a prude, okay? And when I'm around when I'm around my male friends, especially my old friends that I've had for many, many years, so a few things might come out like that, but nowhere near in that context in the way he said it. And he comes across like this... like an 8-year-old kid in the park trying to brag to his friends constantly, and I think that's Trump. That's just Trump.
Well, he's just very. I mean, you could be smutty or maybe saying, "Oh, she's a nice piece of."
Yeah.
You'd be like, but he crosses the line into. He goes kind of a bit rapey because he's just like, I'm gonna go and grab him by the.
Yeah, I'm
do
just
what
gonna
you want.
grab him by the.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh. There's not much else to do other than just make that noise. Just go, oh, constantly.
Yeah, that's going to be the title of this episode. Oh.
Grab him by the... Yeah.
Grab him by the pussy. Oh.
Oh, dear. But have you seen De Niro has chipped in?
Oh, yeah, I heard De Niro absolutely slated him.
Okay, so the backstory for this is... Some people were filming... It was supposed to be like a a little movie with lots of big famous names, including De Niro, basically encouraging people to go out and vote. And it was supposed to be a bipartisan piece, so it wasn't supposed to be endorsing either side. It was just get people to go out and vote, because it's important. You know, the more people that vote, the better. But yeah, De Niro kind of wasn't exactly bipartisan when he filmed his bit. So they didn't release it in the initial thing, but they have now. So let me send you the link, Spike.
I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk. He's a dog. He's a pig. He's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country. It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has. He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face. This is somebody that we want for president? I don't think so. What I care about is the direction of this country. And what I'm very, very worried about is that it might go in the wrong direction with someone like Donald Trump. If you care about your future, vote for it.
Oh, man.
Well, I didn't hold back much there. He's probably crossed a bit of a line there, because that's arguably he's threatening assault against the presidential candidate person. We got into this on a previous episode.
Yeah.
He might have the Secret Service on his ass.
Yeah. But he didn't say he'd do it. He said he'd like to.
Well, is there much of a difference? I said I'd like to shoot you in the face. That could be murder, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or,
well,
you know,
it doesn't.
death
I
threats.
think there's probably a difference between I'd like to shoot you or I'm going to shoot you.
Oh, maybe. Maybe he should have finished with I don't know. It's just the kind of...
Yeah, well, that was De
good for
Niro,
you, De Niro. I think
at his best, yeah.
They should be lining up one celebrity after another to do this, surely. I don't know who would appeal to the sort of Trump supporters, though. The people that are still rooting behind Donald. Who do you think they could wheel out that they might love more than Donald, that might sway them? I think they might need to go... I think it's kind of like the NASCAR route in America. I think it's kind of that crowd. You need to bring out some NASCAR drivers, or maybe the duck hunting guys, or who else would be sort of... I don't want to kind of go down the rednecky route, but I think that's all he's going to have left.
Yeah. Well, this is certainly going to be very interesting because, you know, after every mess up he's done in the past, we thought, this is the end of him. This is the end of him every time. Now, this is the real biggest one by far.
This one seems to be the final straw, doesn't it? It's the tipping point.
Let's see. I just wonder, because I heard about this thing called Article 9, or no, well, I'm too stuck up in the old Brexit thing. I think it's called Rule 9 rather than Article 9, where the Republican Party, if more than 3/4 of the Republican Party actually vote to kick him out of the race, they can actually kick him out.
At any point? Well, even now? What if it's the day before the election? Then what happens? Do they put someone else in instead? Or
even now, yeah, and they can submit someone else.
Well, surely they should do it then.
Yeah.
I mean, he's losing everybody. I spotted Arnold Schwarzenegger, who I'm a big fan of. The Arnold, he's Republican. I'm reading his book at the moment. It's a very good read. His biography. It's called Total Recall. That's a great name for an autobiography.
Awesome.
That's brilliant, Arnold.
Awesome.
But yeah, he put out a thing on Facebook the other day. He said, for the first... should I do it in the voice? For the first time since I became a citizen... yeah, I'm not going to continue. In 1983, I will not vote for the Republican candidate for president. So this is the first time in sort of 30-odd years he's not voting Republican. So Trump's... And this is... Bear in mind, Schwarzenegger is taking over from Trump. He's going to be the new boss for The Apprentice in America. So he's... Yeah, maybe that should have more weight in some respects.
Yeah.
He goes, as proud as I am to label myself a Republican, there is one label that I hold above all else, American. So he's putting his country above the sort of party... Yeah. Which you've got to. I mean... Can you imagine Trump getting in? I mean, it still could happen. I've still got this horrible feeling that a lot of people... I think we've heard this before. A lot of people won't admit that they're going to vote for him in all the polls. And he might actually have a huge number of people that the polls aren't going to take into account. He might still have a massive turnout. This could go horribly wrong.
Yeah. I think it's really key and critical how females in America take this. Because I think you might get I might be wrong with this. You might get your average redneck guy who thinks, I grab her by her pussy.
Well, what he's done really, Spike, is he's secured the rapey vote. That's what he's done there.
Yeah.
He'd already got the racists. Now he's going for the rapists. Yeah.
But I think if there's a huge female backlash on this in terms of the sexist rhetoric behind this new scandal, then I think he's totally doomed.
I think it's going to be interesting. We're probably going to see in the next few days, I imagine there's going to be some clips of female Trump supporters being interviewed.
Yeah.
And asked how they can still vote for him off the back of this.
Yeah.
And I imagine what's going to come out is they're going to keep saying, well, Bill Clinton was fiddling around with the interns and doing this, that, and whatever. Which, for a start, that's not the candidate. That's her husband. And, he was wrong. He cheated on her. It's not her fault. I don't know. But yeah, and even if... But it's two wrongs don't make a right. And, whatever he got up to with Lewinsky, that sounded consensual, I believe. Yeah. Trump sounds... he'd be the rapey president, won't he?
So up until this point, I really thought Trump was going to win. And I'm not sure
think
whether
this is going to be enough to stop him now?
Yeah, I'm not sure whether this will be enough to stop him. I'm not sure about that because I've been constantly seeing these YouTube videos come out for the last few months now where on the Trump side, they interview people like protesters in the street in the States, and they interview these really, dumb, uninformed people, and they will tell them, so what is it about Trump that you don't like? And they will say, oh, he's racist. Oh, what has he said that's racist? And they can't say anything. And then they say, oh, he said this about Mexicans, or he said this about Chinese, whatever, and then they twist it around. So no, that's what he said. He actually said it in this way or in that context, and they twist it around so brilliantly back to that person. Then that person would like almost sit there with a mouthful of teeth, saying, actually, maybe that wasn't racist, or maybe that wasn't sexist. And I've seen all of these videos being released recently on YouTube. They have thousands of likes, and that's why I just think that they use the the dumb uninformed part of America to drive this whole thing that, oh no, he's not racist, or oh no, he's not sexist, or oh no, he's not this or he's not that. And that is why I thought, up until this point, I thought they might actually do this. They might actually do this because
I've had a horrible thought for a long time.
Yeah, because they seem to be getting through most of America. But I'm not sure after this one. I'm not sure.
I like the fact that you didn't hear about this one and you only got it this morning, because it gave me the thought that imagine if Trump has some PR people that work in like a different time zone, and every morning they have to get up and go, "What's he done now?" and just imagine the reaction when they heard that for the first time. If your job is to defend him or try and spin his stuff, and you hear that for the first time.
Yeah, well, they could say, well, he wasn't... Yeah, he was talking about her cat. That's what he wanted to grab, because, he likes stroking her cat.
I had the other thought that when Hillary turns up, because I think there's going to be another debate. I think it's tonight, actually. We're recording Sunday morning. I think it's Sunday tonight. There's the next debate. Yeah. At the start, they both walk out on stage, so it'll be Trump and Clinton walking out. Mm-hmm. Do you reckon Hillary should be wearing like some protective equipment at this point, just because
a chastity belt or something?
Yeah. Borrow my Taekwondo groin guard if you like, love. Oh dear. There you go.
Oh well, enough about Trump.
No, you can't have enough about Trump. I love the guy, or at least I love the news.
Yeah, well, unless you've got more stories about him.
Oh, I've got loads more since we first recorded. Have you seen? There's been so much. It's unbelievable. He's got.
I thought you'd be more concerned with the really weird rules that the Conservatives have come up with recently.
Oh yeah, that's taking it to a whole nother level. Well, the most recent thing there, Theresa May is now being told by UKIP that she's gone a bit too far.
Yeah, exactly. I saw that one.
Jesus Christ! UKIP are now telling the Conservatives that. Oh, that's a bit strong. Let me dig the article up. Here we go. This is from the Metro. Theresa May cracked down on foreigners a step too far, according to UKIP.
Yeah.
So here we go. A UKIP MP has said Theresa May's immigration policies are a step too far. Helmer said that May and Home Secretary Amber Rudd's proposal of making firms provide lists of their foreign workers was far beyond what UKIP would have done. He also attacked their ban on foreign academics advising on Brexit as astonishing. So I heard that bit separately, that the government was saying they didn't want any advice from non-British academics around Brexit, which is just unbelievable. We're going down such a dodgy road at the moment. This is a step forward from what was it, Gove's thing of the British people are sick of experts.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is just, we don't want to listen to people that know what they're talking about, or we don't want to listen to people that are outside of the country and, you know, might have an unbiased view, or, you know, we don't want to hear, even if they're biased, we don't want to listen to someone with a different point of view, or, you know, maybe a different motivation from ourselves. Yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. We're going into an idiocracy, that's what we're doing.
Yeah. You know what, to be honest with you, this is going to sound weird, but I've really had enough of the whole Brexit camp, or, you know, leave or remain thing. So I've read endless articles of experts, in quotations, quoting, "Oh, can you see?" And producing numbers and stats that are so far from the truth or twisted, saying, "Oh, can you see we were right to vote Remain? Or can you see we were right to vote to leave," and whatever. And the truth is, no one knows. No, not even the Conservative, not even Theresa May knows how this is going to play out. How can your normal average man in the street, your Facebook hacker, your Twitter hacker, claim to know that, "Oh yeah, can you see this is right?" Or we always knew this was, no one knows how this is going to blow out. No one.
Well, I think it's not heading in a good direction. I mean, you've only got to look at the current. I mean, I'm basing all this economically. And just look at what's happened to the currency. We're screwed. I've been on holiday since we last recorded. Everything I bought on holiday cost me an extra 20% more, I think.
Yeah, it did.
Just because of the exchange rate. And it's heading even worse. It's gone under the 1-to-1 thing now. We'd mentioned it before, it had just dipped under, but now it's properly gone under. You're getting less than €1 to the pound now if you go to the airport to change your holiday money.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think, how far is this new rule that companies have to declare all their non-UK workers, or all their workers from the European Union? How far is that from actually having...
Well, the government already know that those people are... Surely they know they're in the country, and surely they know where they're working. Do they actually need... It always sounds dodgy when you start asking for lists of foreigners. I mean...
Yes, exactly.
When has that ever gone in a dodgy direction?
But I was saying, how far is this from actually having a tattoo or a mark on your shoulder that you are a foreigner?
Should we do a happy story? Should we do something more cheerful, Spike? I feel like we've gone too negative with all the Trump craziness.
Yeah, let's do something happy.
Let me find a happy one.
I thought having you on a Sunday morning, this is going to be totally dull and unhappy. But yeah, let's do something happy.
Oh, I'll tell you what we've got to do. We need to do an official correction.
Okay.
Right, the last episode we recorded, I mentioned that I'd had an awful song made it into my Spotify recommended list, which was a song about Dicks Out for Harambe. Somehow, I sent Spike the link to the actual song that I got. Somehow, Spike, you found a different song about Dicks Out to Harambe and played that one at the end of the episode. For a start, it's incredibly disturbing that there's more than one. But how on earth did you end up pulling out the wrong one? Because the one that I initially counted, I would argue, is even worse than the one that you managed to find and play.
I really honestly don't know what went on, because I used the link you sent me. But anyway. So that was not the song you wanted. Okay, well... It's
so bad. I'll tell you what, we'll play it at the end of the episode.
No, you're doing the edit anyway, because I'm going to be away for a week and a half, so...
Alright, I'm going to put
you can add the correct one.
I'm going to put the actual awful Dicks Out for Harambe song. But that ties in with a story I encountered. This was another one from the Metro. You know there's a big hurricane in Florida, and, well, it's hit other places as well, but it's Florida's the latest place. There was a reporter on a beach who was saying, "Oh yeah, it's very windy," which, no shit, there's a hurricane coming. But while she's doing her news piece, some man ran up behind her and shouted, "Dicks out for Harambe!" way! Twice. Now, this is in the middle of a hurricane. Or, before a hurricane's just about to hit the area. Haven't you got more important things to be doing than interrupting news broadcasters? Why are people so obsessed? I don't understand how the dicks out thing links in with the gorilla either. But I just found that amazing. I think the video's on our Facebook page if anyone wants to go and look at it. Oh, here's an interesting story. This is from Australia. An Australian man has patented... It's an amazing invention, this. This is worthy of a patent. It's the ham dog.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one.
It's a hot dog and a burger combo. And he's made like a bun that incorporates both. Is that really worthy of a patent? How can I... My idea, how can I patent the kebab witch? Because that's what I think you need next. That made the BBC. The BBC had this, and I think it was in their top 10 news articles. People were reading about this ridiculous thing. If you want a hot dog and a burger, just get both. What? Do you really need them both in the same bun?
Yeah, I don't know why this needs to be patented. Oh well, I guess if anyone else makes it, they have to pay you like a royalty or whatever.
Yeah.
But
well, good luck enforcing that.
Yeah, because yeah, exactly. He's proper ideas man, I think.
I can't see that one getting through. Oh, I was just about to say I couldn't see this getting through Dragon's Den, and then I'm just reading the article in more detail, and it says it first appeared on Shark Tank, which is the Australian equivalent of Dragon's Den.
No, that must
so
have
he
been a
pitched
joke.
this, and they all turned him down. So he tried to get the money, and they went, "Nope, I'm out." Maybe I can use it if I go on Dragon's Den in the UK. I could go on with my kebab witch idea, which is basically just you put a kebab in a sandwich. But I could use this. I could cite this and go, look how much news attention he got, and he got his thing going. I don't know if he's making much money off of this, but I hope he is. There you go. Oh, well, this was a good story. We were sent by Agent Smith. We like Agent Smith. I had actually spotted this one before, and I think I'd even posted this on the Facebook page, but he sent it to us, and it's Agent Smith, so I'm going to give him the credit. This is... So, the new iPhone is out, which... I mean, they've kind of one-upped the Samsung new Note, because theirs aren't detonating when you charge them like the Notes were. I was going to get one of them. I'm bloody glad I didn't. Do you know when I went on holiday, they actually put the announcement out on my plane saying, if you've got a Samsung Note 7... turn it off now. Do not charge it during the flight.
Wow, they actually mentioned Samsung.
They
Note
put
7.
it on. They actually did it in the pre-flight announcement by the thing. So it was keep your seatbelt buckled and don't plug in your Note. That's bad advertising for Samsung, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the new iPhone out is the iPhone 7. You're an Apple man. Have you got the new iPhone yet, Spike? Are you going to be getting that one?
No. So I'm not. I wouldn't class myself an Apple man. I've got an iPhone, but I'm not a. Yeah, I just have it because I think it's the best phone for me.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
But what's caused a lot of fury is the fact that it doesn't have a headphone jack, so you can't plug your existing headphones into it. You can use wireless ones now, I think is what the direction they're planning to go in, which Samsung have done a similar thing. They've come up with some wireless headphones, but I think the phones will still have the jack, so you'll have the choice. I looked into the wireless ones. It sounds like the batteries don't last particularly long. So that's extra hassle. Wired is always better, isn't it? And also you might get interference and things. I'd probably just stick with a wire myself. But some people who obviously love iPhones but still want their headphones, some people released a spoof bit of advice for them, which basically said, if you drill a hole into the bottom of the iPhone, there's a secret headphone jack at the bottom, and if you just drill a small hole into it, you can then plug your thing in. And there's a load of comments of people going, I drilled into it. It doesn't appear to be working anymore now. What do I do? Do I need an update or something?
Man.
There's always things like this go around. I know there's a story. Every time a new iPhone comes out, there's a story that gets circulated which says that the new one, you can supercharge it by putting it in the microwave.
I saw that one.
Which is a really evil thing to do, because there's going to be some idiot out there that falls for it and then fries their phone.
I actually saw one of my... I really don't know if it was a joke or not, but this guy always posts nonsense, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm sure he believes it, because I know him. And I know, I actually saw him repost or share this article about putting your iPhone in the microwave for 30 seconds, and it will supercharge it apparently.
Supercharge the battery,
yeah. It will last. Your battery will last for 10 days or something like that. And he actually said, "Oh, thanks for sharing this information. Oh, this is really cool. I might try this." I just thought, I just
what, non-sarcastically.
Yeah,
he was actually going to do it.
Yeah, he was actually going to do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's amazing there's people out there like that still manage to find their way to work and get back home every day.
Yeah, that's really the bottom end of society. I just, it's like people posting or sharing this thing about famous people dying. It's,
that's always the thing. Every 5 minutes you get the Snopes are always correcting them. Snopes are always doing releases going, no, this person is still alive. This is fake. Yeah.
Yeah, it takes like 30 seconds of research. Is it? No, it's not.
Well, it's just where are you getting the news from? If it's off the BBC or CNN or something like that, it's true. When it's off some random dodgy-looking website and no one else is running with it,
Yeah.
But you reminded me of there's the cool thing with if you go on YouTube, there's really good videos you can watch where people just randomly microwave different things just to destroy them. Or there's other ones where it's like, will it shred? And they put various devices in.
Will it blend?
Yeah, will it blend and will it shred and all sorts of other things.
Yeah.
But the funniest one I saw was someone put a Tickle Me Elmo and they had it talking and they put it in a microwave. So Elmo's going around in the microwave going, hey, I'm Elmo, tickle me. And then it sort of just starts melting and the fur catches on fire. And it's hilarious to watch. I think there's something slightly wrong with me for laughing at that. Or maybe there's something slightly wrong with you if you don't laugh at that. I don't know.
No, that sounds good actually.
But here you go. I've got some quotes here. So this is people that, I mean, these might be fake, but these are people that apparently read the thing about drilling into their iPhone, and there's got some comments here that goes, "You piece of shit! I did this, and the sound doesn't work at all." They go, "Fuck you! This broke my brand new iPhone.
Deserve what they got.
I hope you fucking burn in hell, you piece of shit." I mean, that sounds angry enough that they probably did it, doesn't it? And then someone else goes, "It didn't work? Question mark. You fucking owe me a new one, you fucking dickhead." Ah. And then someone else, this is the final one. "I did this, but now my phone won't work. What do I do? I tried charging it, but it just does not work. Help." Oh, it's mean. You shouldn't put things like that might trick people into smashing their phones to pieces. It's mean.
I think if you're dumb enough to believe that, then you deserve to damage your phone.
Oh, no, you shouldn't. Dumb people deserve nice phones too, Spike.
There's a thing called natural selection.
Right, have we got any stories from Taboo this week? Oh, here's an interesting one. So we're always trying to get Taboo's things in the story because we want to get him promoted, don't we? Okay, so we've had a story from Taboo. We're following his career very closely. For those not aware, we have our own spy agency, our own skeptical agents. If you get in contact with the show, send us a story. You can receive a 00 number and a rank. We use the CIA ranking system primarily, although we do get creative now and then. And one of our most active listeners, 0011, Taboo, started as agent, was then demoted after he told us that he believed in lucky numbers. And he's kind of bounced around up and down the ranks. He's worked his way up to senior attendant at the moment. So he sent us a story. This was school bans cheerleader uniforms after a boy reported having impure thoughts. So this was a Utah high school student was having what he believed to be impure thoughts towards his female classmates when they wore their cheerleader uniforms. Apparently he told his mother, who then got the school to put in some sort of policy that said they're now not allowed to wear their uniforms. So he's going to be popular. Oh, man alive. What is wrong with impure thoughts? It's a teenage boy.
Yeah.
I would think he'd be having those thoughts whether they've got the uniforms on or not. Granted, that might make matters a little bit... I don't know if worse is the right word, but... Oh, man. Imagine going to that school and then going,
when
hey,
you
why aren't the girls wearing the uniforms today with the pom-poms and the things? And they go, oh, Jim over there, his mum wrote a letter in about it. Right, where's Jim? We're going to give him a right good hiding now. I mean, Jim's going to have to go into witness relocation or something, isn't he?
Oh man, when you first read the headline, I thought this was like out of North Korea or something. You know, like a proper thought crimes. But this, oh man, I don't know anymore, Dan.
I'm just trying to find the news story to see if I can get some more information, and I've just done what is almost certainly going to get me on some sort of register. I've just googled cheerleader impure thoughts. So here we go. I've just found the article on the Daily Mail. Let's see if there's any more. And that's a trustworthy news source, the Daily Mail. They've got the name of the school here, Timpview High School. I wonder if that's near the Godless Reb guys. Their podcast is Utah, and they're Mormons. It says this is a Mormon-populated county. It says. It wasn't the mother. I read the mother in one story. According to the Daily Mail, it says he complained to a school counsellor that the uniforms worn by cheerleaders on game day were making him have impure thoughts in class. Mm-hmm. Who would be complaining about that? What's wrong with you? That's bad. That's the parenting drumming down a thing. That's got to be you're not supposed to think about anything dodgy. I'll say dodgy. You're not supposed to do that. Anything naughty. That's what's happened there, isn't it?
I'm totally stumped on this one. I've got nothing.
So, I'm just trying to think. The 44 girls on the school's cheer squads were told not to wear their uniforms to school on Friday. Now, hang on a minute. If you're telling them not to, what were they wearing instead? Nothing? There's an impure thought that's just entered my mind there. School administrators have said the situation was all a misunderstanding. But several of the school's cheerleaders feel body shamed. I don't know. This is getting a bit messy. All of us were trying to decide which skirt to wear on Friday, and our coach told us that we couldn't wear them anymore. We asked what would happen if we wore them anyway, and she advised us not to, so we didn't. Oh, so they've caved in. It's giving this boy power that when he grows up and does something to a girl, he can blame it on her skirts being too short. Yes, that's a point there.
Good point, yeah.
Yeah, you need to get used to girls wearing skimpy outfits around. Well, maybe not in Utah. I don't know if it's that much of an issue there, but if he goes anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. Well, this is not too far off from people saying, she deserved to be raped because she was wearing very sexy clothing.
Well, have the impure thoughts. Enjoy them.
That's exactly.
Just don't act on them and you're fine.
Yeah, be a teenage boy, for fuck's sake.
Yeah,
Come
exactly. on. I don't know. I mean, I think my school did have dress code at some point. I think they did say at one point, I think some of the girls turned up in skirts that were described as belts because they were just so short. My high school did put some rules in and said, no, the skirts need to be at least this length or something of that nature, which... That's fair enough, but they're cheerleaders. They're going off to do their practice. They need to wear their uniforms. That's heading towards burqas, isn't it? That's caused a whole big storm. The French and the burqas and things on the beach.
Burkini.
See, I'd go the other way on that. I'd say if you want to wear your burkini on the beach, you have at it. If that's what you really... It is your choice. If that's what you want to wear and you're not being told that you have to wear it, you wear whatever the hell you want on the beach.
Exactly.
I mean, I think it doesn't look particularly comfortable to me, but if that's what you want to wear, go for it. Because a lot of the time when I'm on holiday, I'm marching around the beach in a full-length wetsuit. Because I'm off to go scuba diving, and the difference between a burkini and a wetsuit, there's not really that much in it.
Yeah.
So, where do you draw the line? That's ridiculous. I've seen some good tweets around the whole French bikini thing. My favourite was by, we've mentioned him before, comedian Imran Yusuf.
Yes.
He's come up with an idea. He would like to... he wants to draft in a female MMA fighter. He wants to dress her in a bikini on a French beach. Then basically just sit back and wait for the best fight ever. So... Genius. Very good. But there you go. That's from Taboo. That got us kicked off there with that thing. I think that's a good story. I think a promotion is in order. What do you think, Spike?
Yeah, well, Taboo's properly stumped me this week. I've got nothing. So yeah, he deserves to go up.
Okay, let me just pull up the official CIA ranking list, which... I should really save that list somewhere. I keep having to Google it. So my Google history is all sorts of dodgy things, and then quite frequently CIA rank list. I'm definitely going to be on a watch list somewhere, aren't I?
Yeah.
Right. Let's see. So, I've got a different list here. I've gone to a different site. Oh, it's changed. Ooh. There's different ones. There's levels here about bodyguards and things. I don't think I'm on the right one. That would be much more exciting. You could be a bodyguard.
Let me send you.
I've found it. I've just found it. I got it. Yeah. Okay, so Taboo. This is exciting news, I think. He had worked his way up to senior attendant. He's now going to be a junior operative. Ooh, that sounds exciting. Following on from that, there's operative, senior operative, and then he starts getting back into the agent ranks. We've got junior agent, senior agent. He'll be going up. So you're now a junior operative Taboo. That sounds exciting. Operative sounds exciting because that sounds like you're someone that actually goes and does something, gets your hands dirty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's like someone who's like performing hits and things. That's what that sounds like to me. We've actually got other agents that we've given that rank to in the past. Rishi 003, he's listed as a senior operative. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you're getting back up there, Taboo. I think you're still the lowest rank we've got, but keep more stories and you might get back up there. I think we're going to get him on the show as well.
That'll be good. Yeah.
There you go. All right, let me update his roster. So senior attendant, he's now junior operative.
Oh, so you're doing the edit this week. You can put in some nice.
With some sound effects.
Yeah, some nice sound effects. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
So we should probably give Agent Smith a promotion as well. He's been pretty active recently, but I kind of like the fact that he remains Agent Smith.
I don't think we can ever do anything to Agent Smith. I think he's always going to be Agent Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, we can be. So. What about a medal? We could give him a medal.
Yeah, we could. Yeah,
good service medal or something like that. There you go.
Yeah.
So Agent Smith. Oh, let me just put that. Agent Smith. 1 medal. There you go. Right, you're never going to change in rank, Agent Smith, because I just enjoy having an Agent Smith.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can award you medals and things. There you go. So that could be a new thing for us as well, just to make the system even more complicated than it already unnecessarily is.
Well, we could make him Chief Special Agent Smith.
I think that detracts from it.
Yeah,
just
it
Agent
does,
Smith with a medal.
Yeah.
Oh, I seen some good tweets and posts and things. I wanted to share those just as a fun bit. We've got so we talked about the flat Earth nutters before, and you bumped into one, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell. Yeah, I wanted to talk about.
I saw your Facebook post. Yeah,
I met my first live one.
You met a live flat earther.
Yeah.
Well, because I know one, because I've got a mate that pinged me about it. But you met one just out in the wild.
Yes. So I went into the dry cleaners, and this guy was standing there with a couple of books under his arm. And he was chatting to the owner of the. I don't know if it's the owner, but the guy was working in the dry cleaning store behind the desk. And as I came in there with my suits, and I put.
Well, hang on. Paint me a better picture, Spike. What does he look like? What were the books? Was he like? In my head, I'm picturing kind of like that old kind of professory kind of vibe about him, like scruffy hair and like a trench coat.
Oh yeah, so almost like that, but
Wow, I've called it.
He had this curly, longish hair to his shoulder.
Yeah.
And he was wearing glasses. He looked kind of professional.
Wow! Did you see my psychic powers have kicked in there, and I was able to like visualise him? Yeah.
Well done. Yeah.
And what were the books? Were the books anything? Was it like?
So here's the thing. So he had the books under the shoulder, and then he was talking to this guy. Oh yeah, you should really read this. And he talks about the flat Earth extensively. Blah, blah. And at that moment, my tentacle just went up like. And then I really thought, I'm going to pay attention to this. And he was talking to him, and then he even mentioned David Icke and all that.
Oh, that's the crazy lizard man, isn't it? He thinks the world's run by lizards. Yeah,
lizard people and stuff like that. And I thought, this is cool. And I thought, I'm going to wait for the right chance to like butt into this conversation.
Tell me you've got him lined up as a guest. I want this guy on. I want this guy on the show.
So yeah, I actually see him in the neighborhood once in a while. So I might just actually bump into him next time and say, "Listen, do you mind being interviewed or whatever?"
What's he doing in your neighbourhood? He sounds like an absolute lunatic. If he's ever like making bombs, or is he like he's writing out his manifesto? It sounds like it sounds like a nutter.
Yeah, and I guess these books that he had under his arm were books of that nature. You know, the David Icke and the Flat Earth Conspiracy and things like that. So anyway, they chatting, and the guy's just saying, "Oh yeah, that's interesting. Oh yeah, that's interesting." And he was like, I don't know if he was humouring him or what, but he seemed to be really engaged in the conversation.
Yeah, was this the dry cleaner was engaged in the conversation?
The dry
he
cleaner
didn't.
chap, yeah.
He didn't have that look in his eyes, like "Help me, get me away from this madman."
No, not immediately. So because afterwards, he kind of alluded to that, but what in the beginning, while he was chatting to the guy, he didn't seem like that. And then at that moment, then I said, I sort of the dry cleaner guy looked over to me and said, "Oh, when would you like this for whatever?" And gave me the ticket, whatever. And then at that moment, as he was taking my suits to the back, and before he gave me the ticket, I sort of looked over at this chap, and I said, flat Earth, huh?" So where's the proof for this? And then he was like, he looked at me, and he was kind of like, this like, rabbit in the headlights kind of look. And then he said, "Oh yeah, the proof is all out there, mate. It's all out there." So I said, "Okay, so what is the proof?" And he said, then he started rambling about, the Earth is surrounded by a glass dome, and rockets can't really go out into space, and all the NASA photos are doctored because of this and that, and because of the photos that are taken from planes look like the Earth is round because the lens is concaved, and blah blah blah, and all this. And then I said, "Okay, but where's the proof? What can you do to prove?" So he said, "Yeah, but it's all out there. You can I can borrow you these books. It's all out there on the internet." And I said, "Okay, but where's the proof?" And he said, "Yeah, it's all out there on the internet. It's all." So I told him, "Yeah, what was the example I gave?" I said, "But there's writings on the internet are all out there of Zeus and Apollo. That doesn't make that true." And then he said, then he just angrily looked at me and said, "What did he say?" I can't remember what he's leaving. Oh yeah,
you're a wonderful storyteller, Mike.
Yeah, so his leaving gambit was what did he say? It's totally live.
This is like having a conversation in an old people's home. What happened then? I can't remember. What were we talking about?
I just can't remember. Oh yeah, so his closing line was the best closing line ever on this when I've ever discussed this with anyone. He says, "Oh yeah, but you can't compare that to Zeus and Apollo because that's based on silly myth." And then he just turned around and burst out. And then afterwards the guy came back and handed me the ticket, and I smiled at him and he smiled at me, and then he said, "Oh, the weirdo's left." And I just laughed.
Did he actually have any dry cleaning with him? I don't imagine that being the sort of man that would go to a dry cleaner's for, to actually make use of the services. I imagine he's very dishevelled.
I think, he's drumming up support, I think.
He's just going around recruiting.
But anyway, I met my first live one.
Ah, there you go. But I was saying, I found a good tweet. Someone put out, this is from Skeptical Pet, who I follow on Twitter. They said, "If we all raised enough money, I bet we could send a couple of flat Earth people into space. That would be fun."
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I saw a good tweet by Sir Michael, at Michael1979, we like him. Apparently his friend Simon is borrowing his laptop tomorrow. So what Michael's done is he's put a folder on the desktop, which he's password protected and locked and things, and the folder is then named "Secret Plan for Dealing with Simon. Private, do not read." Wonderful. Brilliant. There we go. Did you hear about, there was some other Trump craziness about Skittles? Did you hear about Skittles?
No.
Well, I think it was actually one of his sons. They put out a thing saying, if I had a bowl of Skittles and I told you just 3 of them would kill you, would you take a handful? That's our Syrian refugee problem, which instantly got a load of and deservedly so, huge backlash because people aren't Skittles. The Skittle company didn't really want to get involved, but they put out a thing and just said, we make sweets. Syrian refugees aren't sweets, or something of that nature, and so we don't want to comment because we don't want to look like we're trying to get press out of this, because we're not. So he's been disavowed by Skittles. There's been another thing recently with Trump, with all the other clips that we heard earlier. There's a thing about the Tic Tac people have saying they don't want anything to do with him either, because he said he should have some Tic Tacs before he goes and chats up people. So they don't. So he's losing all the candies. He's losing the candy vote. That's what Trump's doing there. But I like the Skittle thing because there was some quite nice pictures and tweets and things people sent around the Skittles. There was a nice one where they said, well, if each Skittle was a human life and by eating it I saved somebody, yes, I'd eat as many Skittles as I could get my hands on, and I'd encourage everybody I knew to have one as well, which I thought was a nice way to look at it. But some other people went a better way with it, and this is my favourite thing. They just went, Skittles, deport the rainbow. I thought that was very good. And then the other one was some people started some campaigns on Twitter to remove all the orange Skittles, just as a fuck you to Trump. Which I thought that was quite good. Right. Are we nearing the end, Spike? Do we have any?
Yes.
We haven't got any new listeners. Oh, we have. We've got some new people that have commented and stuff.
We have.
Yeah. Okay, we said we were going to try and get a new person in every episode. So I think we should do that. Let me just find. Okay, we had a story posted. Sorry, let me start again. Yes, we posted a story on our Facebook page, which we haven't really discussed in this episode. It's about an airline. I think it's Hawaiian Airlines. Have now put in a policy where they weigh fat people before they let them on the plane. Which, yeah. Well, I suppose fair enough. I mean, I can't imagine it happening, but if there was a massive kind of imbalance where all the really heavy people were on one side of the plane and then you had, like, some anorexic people sitting on the opposite side of the plane, do you reckon that would cause it any significant problems?
I think it would.
It might, yeah. So
maybe if it's a significant difference, yeah.
Yeah. So I shared that, and we had a comment by someone who's commented on a few of our posts before, and this is a listener, Dave Morris. Now, yes. Dave Morris, he shares my surname, which I'm going to disclose now. I normally leave surnames off the show. But he's been mentioned on the Godless Revolution, because he's been on their podcast as well, or he's written to them. And they did a big thing about there's lots of people. I think he's from the UK as well. But yeah, his surname's Morris, my surname's Morris, so they did a big thing on their show once about Morris and Morris. Like we sounded like investigators or something, which is quite exciting. So I think we should make him an agent. He's obviously a listener. He's posted before, and he's got a very good name. So he's Dave Morris. I'm Dan Morris. So he's no relation. I hasten to add. I think we should make him an agent. What do you think, Spike?
Yep, let's go for it.
Let's go for it. Okay, there you go. So that's a little treat for him. So that's Dave Morris, agent. There you go, so agent. Congratulations. We need sound effects. I'm going to sort some sound effects out for this, Spike. Oh, I didn't read what he commented.
Yes.
Yeah, so on this story about Hawaiian Airlines weighing people, Dave Morris commented and just said, yes, I'm flying Hawaiian. Which I can only assume means he must be a very skinny man and thinks it's better, or I don't know.
Maybe because he'll get more space, I don't know.
Yeah, there was a story. I don't know. You got to avoid saying that, Spike. It's infectious. But yeah, there was a story. I saw someone posted something before where a guy took a selfie where he was on a plane and there was a massive fat guy in the seat next to him that really encroached into his space. And he basically tried to sue the airline or something off the back of this and said, he paid for his full seat and he didn't get to use it because someone else was sort of overlapping into it.
Well, you must think to yourself that the reason that they've actually got to this point to implement this means they must have a regular problem with this on their flights.
I don't know. Yeah, it says Hawaiian Airlines now no longer allows any passengers to pre-select seats on flights between Pago Pago and Honolulu. Is it Pago Pago? Is that the right way to pronounce it? Palgo
Probably,
Palgo?
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And weighs everybody getting on board. That seems a bit... I don't know. Should they be... Oh, I've done it again. I don't know. I can't stop saying it. Donald Trump's infecting my vocabulary.
Yeah.
I'm just
grab her by the pussy then.
Oh. Ew. I'm just wondering, would it be right that they weigh them? I suppose that's better than just visually going, well, that one looks tubby. Let's put that one towards...
Okay, so I don't think we've got any other admin to cover, unless you have anything else, Dan.
No, if you could give us some reviews on iTunes, we'd appreciate it. We're close to getting a rank on the American one now, as well as the English one.
Nice, excellent.
So yes,
yeah. So if you can do that, the
post...
usual channels. Also, you can find us easily if you haven't already on Facebook and Twitter. And yeah, give us a thumbs up on Stitcher, or give us 5 stars on iTunes. Write us a little review. It will really help us a lot to get out there. So yeah, episode 31 done and dusted.
Cheerio.
Ciao.
Okay, and now, as promised, the Dicks Out for Harambe song that Spike should have played on the previous episode. Enjoy.
Harambe was a beautiful soul. Some might have even considered him almost
I'm like,
human.
yo, they took my bro, Harambe. Like, no, oh my god, whoa, you shot bae. Harambe, are you okay, Harambe? No, he was dead. You took him too soon, man, he was so cool. He was the coolest gorilla up in his whole school. How dare you take away my gorilla, my best friend? Yeah, for real, man, his haters gotta end. Yeah, and I know how to end it. And I ain't joking, you gon' think that I'm pretending. Just pull your dick out, man, it's for Harambe. All day, every day. Damn, he was a pizza party boy too. Yo, Ben, man, what's up with you? Baked Alaska, what's up too? And wait, don't forget Milo. Yo, what it do? Dicks out for Harambe. You were gone too soon. Dicks out for Harambe. You know that we're missing you. Dicks out for Harambe. 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 You were gone too soon. Dicks out for Harambe. You know that we're missing you. Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe. Harambe. Yeah. And he was only 17, yeah, you know he had them big dreams. Trying to make it to the league of professional monkey ball, but he won't make it at all. So sad, yeah, you took my boy. He had the world in his hands, now it's all destroyed. I can't believe it, thoughts of Harambe just leaving, and I need him in my life, man, please, I need him. But life went on and I reminisce all the days that we laughed and kissed. I remember cuddling Harambe while we watched movies. All chill, no Netflix. Ooh. Harambe's gone, do we scream and shout? Or do we go and pull our dicks out? Yeah, and if you really know what I'm talking about, go ahead and pull your dick dicks out for Harambe. You were gone too soon. Dicks out for Harambe. You know that we're missing you. Dicks out for Harambe. 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 You were gone too soon. Dicks out for Harambe. You know that we're missing you. Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe. Harambe. Oh yeah. This one's for Harambe. Pull your motherfucking dick out. Pull your motherfucking dick out, bitch. Motherfucking dicks out for Harambe. We were gone too soon. Dicks out for Harambe. You know that we're missing you. Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe. Dicks out for Harambe. It's Harambe. Pull your fucking dick out.
If you outlandishly plan to continue lending your ears to these bizarre chaps and wish to correspond with them, they can be reached as follows. Facebook, Two Skeptical Chaps. Twitter at 2SCPodcast. Email 2sc.podcast@gmail.com. Or you can call them and leave a voicemail message on UK number 0795 251 3007. They look forward to any input for future episodes or the sharing of feedback that's half-witted, profound, or anywhere in between. No pressure. If you're still listening by now, well done.